Hey y'all, and welcome back. Today, we're experimenting a little bit. As a lot of you know, I had the food trailer fixed to start up. Now there is an update, a big update coming soon on that, but I'm still working on the menu. So think about adding this bacon jam smashburger to the menu. But you know, I got to try it out first and see if I want to add this to the menu, if it's going to be good enough to serve on my food truck, because I want to make sure what I hand out the window is something I approve of. So anyhow, as you see by the ingredients, it's not going to take a whole lot to put all this together. Most of it's for the bacon jam, but all in all, it's not taking a whole lot. So what you want to do is go ahead and fire up that Blackstone and get it heating up, because once we get to cooking, I don't think it's going to take long at all. So let's go ahead and be prepping for this bacon jam while that griddle's over there heating up. All right, so now, like I said, the griddle's heating up, so we got to get this bacon and onion and everything ready for the bacon jam. Now, what I have here is 12 ounces of just regular cut bacon, nothing fancy. What we're going to do is just come in here and just cut it into small pieces. Now, a lot of this will render down, it'll cook smaller, and that's what we want. You don't want real big, thick pieces for your bacon jam. So any thick pieces we'll just cut up even more like that right there. So let's get this bacon here cut up, and then we're gonna work on this onion over here. There, all the bacon is now cut up. Now, if you want to, you can go through and break it all up like this, but there's really no need to, because as it cooks, it'll come apart, it'll cook apart. So now we have all the bacon done, let's just slide it over, and let's work on this onion. Now, as far as the onion goes, I'm using a sweet onion. Use whatever kind you want, but I think the sweet onion is recommended to use. And I'm gonna use this whole onion. So we're gonna just cut the root parts off and just peel it. Okay, now we have it peeled. So then, just come in here and cut it in half. I think what I wanna do is just come in here and we're gonna give it a real fine dice. You don't want it thick, you want fine pieces of onion in here. So let's get this thing diced up. I'm gonna come in here and just give it a real close, thin shave. Any other pieces that I see are too big, we'll cut them up too. If I see on the end, it's not wanting to do quite right. But that's all right, we'll work with this. There we go. Our onion is diced up, so let's get the rest of it in the bowl. Bacon's diced up. Onion's diced up. All right, the grill might be ready. Let's go check on it. Well, I'm seeing that white smoke. That only tells me one thing. It's time to get some groceries up on this griddle. Let's throw down our bacon. Get it to cooking. Now, I am cooking on low, because what I want to do is I want to render all the fat, as much fat as I can, out of this bacon. We're going to cook up them onions in that bacon fat. So let's let that cook for just a little bit. And I know I say it a lot, but man, bacon on the Blackstone, the sound of the sizzle, the smell of the bacon. I don't know if there's much better things in life. I really don't. I mean, come on, be honest. That looks really, really good, don't it? But I wish you could smell it. Oh, it smells so much better than it looks. Now, like I said earlier, as it starts cooking, it will start coming apart. I mean, look at here. See how it's starting to come apart and cook? So now what we want to do is just kind of spread this out as much as we can. Get all that bacon cooking. And spread it out and let it cook. All right, y'all, this bacon is close to being done. When I say close, I mean, look at that. It's really on the edge of being crispy. And that's exactly where we want it right now. So what I'm gonna do now is, I got me a tray and I got me some paper towels. I'm gonna take this bacon up and let it drain. We wanna save the bacon grease on the griddle. It's windy out here, y'all. Trying to get this bacon on here. Okay, bacon is up here on the towel, kind of doing its thing, getting rid of some more of that grease. So we'll just set it over here out of the way right now. But now, Here it is. We need to get these onions cooking. Now I'm gonna get rid of just a little bit of this bacon grease. Of course, we want some of it. We don't need all of it. And as far as all these little bits go, leave them in there. That's flavor. So let's get all these onions on here now. Whew, now that is smelling up, showing up. So let's get these onions going. And what we're gonna try to do these, just kind of caramelize them. We don't wanna cook them all the way down yet. Get them all covered in this good old bacon grease. And then just kind of spread them out. Now the thing about these onions are, now with these onions, make sure you keep them stirred up so they cook good. Okay, y'all, I've been mixing up these onions, keeping them cooked, keeping them stirred, and they're where I want them. Let me show you up close what they're looking like. Now this is how I wanted them right here. I mean, cooking slow, got the griddle on low, just simmering in that bacon grease. And look how caramelized that they turned out. So now, it is time to add the bacon back in. Let's get all this bacon back on here. Let's mix all that up together. I was afraid that onion was gonna be too much onion, but worked out pretty good. So, just bacon and onions right now. We need to add some other stuff. I have here some light brown sugar, and I don't know exactly how much of it I need, so I'm gonna add that much. Don't really measure. We'll kind of see how it turns out. That's a little over a tablespoon, maybe a tablespoon and a half. If we need to add more, we have more. Maple syrup, pure maple syrup. So let's add some of this into it. Maybe about a good tablespoon. Some balsamic vinegar, not glaze, but the vinegar. Maybe a good teaspoon of that. Now I'm gonna add some crazy Cajun seasoning to it. Just a little bit to kind of add just a little bit of spice, a little bit of flavor. And then just come in here with some regular old butter. Maybe a good tablespoon of it. Now let's mix all this up and let's see how it turns out. We need to add more brown sugar or whatever we might need to add. But as you see, it's starting to thicken up, and man, is it ever smelling good. Now if you get it where it's too thick, you can always add water. Kind of thin it back out, but I'm thinking right now this is looking pretty dang good. Kind of like I want it right there, honestly. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this far burner off, let that side just cool down, and that's where we're gonna keep our bacon jam while we cook these smash burgers. So let's get that side off. Keep this kind of mixed up. Man, that's looking good. I mean, just look how this is turning out here. All that brown sugar wanting to run off everywhere. That's okay, we keep it mixed in. But honestly, this has turned out really good. I like the way that looks. So now that we have that mixed up, let's just slide it over here to the cooler side where we turn that off. Just kind of keep it over here in this corner where it's cooler. Honestly, I think I'm gonna turn this other burner off too. And just let the residual heat just kind of stay over here and keep it warm. Now we got these two burners over here going. We need to turn them up because we're about to make some smash burgers. So I'm gonna turn these up just a little bit to about a medium high. I know a lot of people cook on high for smash burgers, but this griddle cooks really, really hot already. So I don't need to turn this one up on high. So let's get a lot of this mess out of the way. Let's get cooking smash burgers. Now we got that bacon jam made, and honestly, I just tried it. It's delicious. It's gonna be so good on these burgers, I think. But speaking of burgers, let's get to smashing. So I got two roughly 4-ounce balls of ground chuck here. I'm gonna do CJ's trick. I always give him credit on this because I've seen him do it and I've tried it and it turns out amazing. We're gonna let this sear for maybe 30 seconds or so just on one side. Then we flip it over, smash it. No need for parchment paper. I mean, it doesn't stick. It works perfect. So CJ, props to you, buddy, for figuring that out. I guess you figured it out. You take credit for it, so I'm gonna give you credit for it. All right, so now we're just gonna slide these back just a little bit and then roll it over. Or we'll just roll it over where it's at. How's that? Like that. Now as you see, you got a little sear on it. Grab your smasher and smash it like you normally would a smash burger, roughly for about 10 seconds. Just give it a good smash and hold it. And let's see if it works. See there? A little stickage. Not bad though, not bad. We can put that back in there. You don't even know it. Let's smash this other one. There you go. Perfect. Now, if you notice, I do have 2 patties. I'm making a double smash burger today. Not 2 singles, but a double. But in the meantime, we need to season these patties. I'm gonna use the Blackstone whiskey burger. We absolutely love this on Smashburgers. Man, it adds some good flavor to these things. I think with that bacon jam and this whiskey burger seasoning, I think it's gonna pair up nicely. And the good thing about Smashburgers is they literally do not take long at all to cook up. As you see, it's already starting to turn brown kind of in the middle. And these things are just about ready to flip already. Now, you can use a regular spatula to flip these things. And I like to use a wide one with a beveled edge. We can really get up under there because these things, y'all, look at that stuck, all ready to flip. Perfect. Love it, love it, love it. That sear looks amazing. We need more flavor, more whiskey burger. Let's get that on there. You can use whatever kind of cheese you want. I chose to go with pepper jack, and honestly, I forgot to take it out the wrapper. So let's get that done now. Get these out of the wrapper and get them on these burgers. I'm gonna go with 2 pieces on each one, just because I like my burgers cheesy. Now let's toast our buns up. Get our buns right there real quick. Kind of mix up our bacon jam over here. Just keep it going, keep it warm, keep it hot. As you see, it's starting to thicken up just a little bit, and that's what I want. Yeah, this is coming together right nicely. Now to melt that cheese down a little quicker, I'm gonna put them burgers together and dome them up. And spray just a little bit of water under them. That steam will really melt down that cheese quickly, and then we're gonna be building us some burgers. Fun part about doming stuff up is taking the dome off and see how well that cheese melted. Let's do that right now. Let's see how well it did, y'all. Oh, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted right there. Check toast on these buns. Looking pretty good, a little light toast. I don't want a heavy toast. I think these are good enough. Now, grab you a cutting board, or however you want to do this. I like to use the cutting board. Love this Blackstone cutting board. It's got the legs on it. I can put it straight on the griddle right here. Let's get our buns up here. Let's get one of our patties up here. Do I put the bacon jam in between the patties or just on top of the burger? I'm thinking just on top. So let's get this other patty on here. Gotta love that. Now let's top it off with a lot of this bacon jam here. What y'all think about that? Maybe a little more, maybe a little more. Can it hurt? We had a little more bacon jam? I don't think so. Let's crown it. Yeah, buddy. Let's take this thing up, take it over here, check it out a little closer, and then we're gonna try it out. Man, I'm gonna tell you right now, I tried that bacon jam by itself. Wow. All I can say is wow. That right there is gonna be used in a lot of recipes. I think that would be good on loaded fries. I just thought about that. What's the thing, Sandra? Loaded fries? Yeah, bacon jam on loaded fries, bacon jam fries. That may be on a food truck too. But anyhow, we got to get back to this smash burger. That's what we got to talk about. Y'all, this thing turned out amazing looking. It looks and it smells amazing. Y'all need to look at this thing up close, and then, hey, I get the honors and the privilege of trying this out. Before I show you the burger, I want to show you some of this bacon jam over here on the griddle still. It's still warm, but it's not hot, but it's kind of caramelized, and that brown sugar's kind of gotten gooey now. Man, this is what you know is gonna be good. Let's go check out the burger. Look how good this burger has turned out. I mean, that bacon jam just coming all off of it, that pepper jack cheese, Them charred smash burgers over here. Yeah, buddy. This is going to be good right here. Well, y'all seen it up close. You've seen the process. And honestly, y'all, this is a big burger. I mean, look at that. It's only a double smash, but that's a thick burger. I mean, thick. So, like I said, I get the privilege of trying this out. It's just like a duty. I just have to do this for y'all. You know, I normally wouldn't do this, but I have to try it. So here we go. Oh, wow. Okay. First off, that burger is going to be on the menu. It has to be. But the flavors, I mean, they're still going. I mean, it's all out of my mouth, but the flavors are still in there, if that makes sense. All right, first off, you know, you get the classic smash burger texture, feel of the burger. But that bacon jam, honestly steals the show. The balsamic vinegar that's in there, you can taste it ever so slightly. It's not overpowering, but it is there. It gives a great flavor to it. That crazy Cajun adds just a little bit of spice, a little bit of kick to it. The caramelized onions and, of course, the bacon, the saltiness and the taste of the bacon is all in there. That maple syrup and the brown sugar gives a little bit of sweetness to that. It's hard to explain, but it comes together and marries so perfectly. And on top of them burgers with that whiskey burger seasoning, I think that's a perfect match. I really do. Pepper jack cheese adds a little bit more kick to it on a toasted bun. Hey, let me know in the comments down below what you would add. Would you add bacon, more bacon, like strips of bacon to this? Because can you have too much bacon? Let's be honest. I don't think you can. So you can put bacon in between the patties and then put bacon jam on top. Possibilities are endless. And there's going to be a lot of possibilities on the food trailer of how to make this burger. But right now, I need to let others taste this bacon jam because nobody around here's really had homemade bacon jam. But they're fixing to, and their life is fixing to be changed. So now I need to take this burger in, let people try it, and we'll see you next time.